Welcome to the VRCade podcast brought to you by Brilliant Studios. Our goal is to have every arcade in the world on our show to talk about their story. So if you're interested in coming onto our show, please join our Discord, which is linked down below, and reach out to me. I'm IndieVR. Today, we have a very special guest from Down Under. His name is Manoo, and he's from VR Kingdom in Sydney in Australia. How are you doing, Manoo?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you for having me on the show.
Thanks a lot for coming on. Thanks for coming on. How's life Down Under for you?
Always a pleasure. Look, good. We just relocated to a new venue,
Yep.
and just getting it up getting it up and running.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it's a challenge, it's a task, but it's fun.
So what made you decide that you wanted to open up a VR arcade?
So I always wanted to start something different. So the 9 to 5 job was becoming a bit boring. I was in the corporate world before, and the it was becoming a bit repetitive as well. And I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to do something, and business was one of the getting involved in business was an option at that point of time.
Yeah.
And my previous partner brought in this idea of virtual reality, and I tried VR first in Sydney, and then I went into the expo in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually love the concept, the experience, the immersion that you get in the experience, and that's how I got sold onto this idea. And
Okay.
since 2019, we've been working on it, and we opened up the venue in 2020.
Okay. And how's the economy in Australia? Like, how's it affected your business?
So we opened about 6 weeks before the first COVID lockdown in
Yeah.
Sydney. Um, so that, and then when we came out after the multiple shutdowns and reopening,
Mm-hmm.
we came out of it. When we came out, the inflation things started going up.
Yeah.
The interest rate in Australia started going up as well. The cost overall for all small businesses, families, everything started going up.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe that we have reached the bottom of that slump, and hopefully from now on it will start to pick up. Uh, the inflation numbers is still not where it should be, but hopefully it will start to ease.
Yeah.
The Reserve Bank of Australia will start reducing the interest rate, and if that happens, the market is going to go up, and that's a lot of opportunity for business like, especially the entertainment market.
Yeah. Yeah. Because people will free up money to extra money they'll have to spend,
Exactly right.
basically. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly right.
Because you're in Australia and it's like sunny most of the time, does weather affect like how many people come in? Like, does it affect anything?
To actually let me just break that concept. Australia is not always sunny. It's currently winter out here.
Yeah, but
But
it's like 19 degrees, right?
no, it gets cold. It gets really cold in Sydney.
How cold are we?
However, look, the like sometimes it gets 3, 4 degrees depending on the winter. Uh, Most of the days it will be around the 10 degree, 12-degree mark.
Yeah.
Currently, it is winter.
Yeah.
So when it's winter and then there is rain, most of the people prefer an indoor activity. But so so during winter, we generally see quite a lot of customers coming in and doing indoor activities, especially VR or other
Yeah.
arcade games and that kind of thing. During summer, when the advantage in for Sydney is during summer, it's school holidays.
Right.
So in December, what happens is there will be quite a lot of corporate bookings, um, followed by a lot of kids in Jan. Also in Christmas time, the families come together and they want to do some kind of activities together. So again, there will be quite a lot of bookings, large group bookings during that time for family activities or kids activities and that kind of thing. February is usually the quietest month in general for entertainment and activities, because the kids go back to school, everyone goes back to work, and it starts to slow down a little bit, and then starts to pick up again during the Easter time. March, around the March time, it starts to pick up again.
Yeah, similar to here.
So yeah,
Yeah.
no, go on.
Sorry. No, I was just going to say, similar to over here, we have the quieter time after. So September, everyone goes back to school. Then you have a quiet month. Then October, November, December is quite busy
Yeah.
for people playing VR arcade games. So yeah. So what's like your main worry with your new location, or just in general of running your own VR arcade?
Look, I think the main worry will be something like COVID happening. I think
Yeah.
that's something that that keeps most business owners awake at night, right? The other thing is good staff.
Mm,
So it is really really important to actually have staff who can look after customers. Customers who come in and they are coming here for the experience, and it starts the moment they walk in through the door.
yeah.
So if a staff doesn't look after the customer, they will never come back and do another experience with us, or with any business that for that matter. So it is really important that the customers are being looked after, and staff, um, they should they should be trying to solve the customer's problem and not creating a problem for the customer.
Yeah.
So it is really important that the customers are looked after end to end, and that actually get them to bring other customers back to the venue. So if a customer has had a really really good experience, they might not book in the same month, but then when they have guests or anyone coming over, the first thing that they will be thinking about is, oh, let's do a VR activity, or let's go to this place where I had a really good time.
Yeah.
So it is really important that when the staff actually looks after customers in a proper way, make sure that they have a great experience, and then they can, and which will actually at the end prompt them to actually come back and do other experiences with us.
Yeah. It's very
And
important.
for us, we have like a large collection of games. We have roughly about 57 odd games, so multiplayer games. So it is there is multiple options for customers, that and there is repeatability as well.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. What advice would you give then to somebody who is looking to open up a VR arcade, and maybe even specific to Australia?
So first and foremost is the so looking so first and foremost is customer service. So and it has to be built into the culture of the business, that the customers are really really looked after, and it's one of the core things for me.
Hmm.
um, is really important for me to that the customers are being looked after. uh, then the experience comes in next. They should have really really good experiences, so making sure that the customer is living here saying that, wow, I had a great experience. um, that wow factor actually with VR, it's because it's a new technology and it's completely immersive. It actually gives them, when they come out, they are really really pumped. uh, and the third part is good marketing. So
Okay.
if you're starting a business, it's really important that the marketing is done properly. The website is easy to navigate. That is, all the options are described clearly, on their website and things like that.
What do you think is missing from the VR arcade market, like game wise? What would you like to see?
So I will actually bring out an example with our customers.
Hmm.
So the most important thing that is missing in the VR market is repeatability.
Okay.
So when we have quite a lot of customers who come back and do different experiences again and again with us. Now, when they come back, we need to offer them something different, something that is new, and something that they are comfortable with.
Okay.
So repeatability is one of the key factors, and uh, same game mechanics where they can play the same, uh, pressing the same button or pressing the same trigger button, that kind of thing. It makes them comfortable. So it has to be kind of a repeatable kind of experience or a continuation of the same experience that they can do. So I will give you an example. My example is the Ubisoft escape room.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in general, escape rooms, once you do an escape room, that's the end of it. Those kind of customers will not come back and do that same escape room again.
True. Yeah.
But what Ubisoft did really well with their Assassin's Creed escape rooms is that they created Escape the Lost Pyramid and followed up that game with Beyond Medusa's Gate. So when a customer comes and does Escape the Lost Pyramid, and they really, really like it,
Mm-hmm.
and they're thrilled about the whole experience, uh, it is easy for the game master then to offer, look, you know that we have another game called Beyond Medusa's Gate, which is pretty much similar and based on the Assassin's Creed series. So people are more likely, once they come and do and they really enjoy Escape the Lost Pyramid, it's more likely for them to come back and do Beyond Medusa's Gate.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And then followed up by Dagger of Time. So it's kind of, they are in their mind. It's kind of, even though the games are not connected at all,
Mm-hmm.
it is based on two different um, series of Assassin's Creed. It's easier for people to actually say, I had a great time in this game, so
Yeah.
it's easy for me to go and do the next one. So it's first and foremost, they are comfortable with the first game and they really loved it, and they don't want to go and experiment on another game to figure out whether they like it or not. They already know that they will love that because it's the same type of series.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's easier for them to actually make that decision, and if they are booking it, they will come back and do that. Yes. So for a business like ours, it actually is easier to sell that solution to the customer. They will enjoy it, and they know that they're not gambling with the game. So when
Yeah.
they are paying for something, they believe that they're getting the value for their money.
Yes. Yes. Because when people go out and work and spend their hard-earned cash coming into a VR arcade, I think it's like straight away it's a risk. As soon as they walk in there, every game they look at, they're thinking, "Is this worth playing? Is this worth the money? Am I not going to like it?" And that kind of thing. And if it's something they can relate to, like the Assassin's Creed and something like that, I think they're more likely to spend the money and, like you said, even come back. When we end the podcast, we ask one final question, which is,
Yeah.
what are your plans for the future?
Look, plans for the future. That's so. I would like to. So currently we have two locations.
Yep.
Ideally, I'd like to expand it to 4 in Sydney, if possible, and then partnering with other people. So the other thing that I actually want to do is I want to actually offer different types of entertainment. So if we are getting large set of customers, we would like to be in a place where the customers has different options for entertainment. Not just we are not like there are different activities for them to do,
Okay.
even in VR, out of VR. So those that will be the next step, gradual step, so we can attract more customers and provide them with different options.
So when you say partner up, is it like you'd partner up with, say, a bowling alley in like a certain restaurant or something like that? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, so where we can, or like my previous venue, where we are inside another venue,
Yeah.
and each of us has different components to offer.
Ah, okay. Yeah. That sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, so that way, everyone has like it's easier for to sell it to the customer that it's not just one option you have multiple options, and after that you can sit down, have a relaxing meal or have a couple of drinks
Yeah.
and that kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, I wish you all the best in your future endeavors in Sydney. Thank you very much, Manu, for coming
Very
on
much.
to the podcast. It's been great to finally put a face to the voice because we've been talking for a very long time.
For a long time.
Yeah, a long
For a
time.
long time.
Yeah, yeah, very, very long time. But it's really good to meet you face to face, I guess, finally. Thank you, everyone at home, for watching. If you like this content, found it valuable, don't forget to like and subscribe. And we'll be back very soon with another episode. Cheers. See you next time. Bye.